This is for educational use only. Our group has permission for our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as educational material.
Learning Objective 2.10 Explore the different aspects of self and identity, develop understanding about the material self. Learning Objective 2.11 Examine oneself against the different aspects of self discussed in class. Identify the basic components of the material self. Learning Objective 2.12 Demonstrate critical reflective thought in integrating the various aspects of the self and identity.
Right now, let's talk about William James' theory of the self. William James' theory of the self is centered on the distinction between the I and the me. The I represents the self as the knower or the subjective soul that experiences life and provides a sense of continuity. In contrast, the me is the empirical self, or the self as the object that can be observed and described. James further divided the me into three parts. The first one is the material self, or our bodies and possessions. The second is the social self, the different version of ourselves we show to others. The last one is the spiritual self, our inner thoughts and moral values. Beyond these categories, James explored how we value ourselves through his famous formula for self-esteem, which he defined as the ratio of our successes to our pretensions, or what he called goals. This means our self-worth is determined by how well we meet our own expectations. He also acknowledged that because we play so many different roles in society, we possess multiple selves that can sometimes conflict. Ultimately, James viewed the human experience as a complex blend of inner consciousness, the I, and the external, social, and material realities that define who we are, or the me.
Here are the four basic components. First is the body. The body is the most personal part of the material self because it represents our physical identity. It includes our appearance, health, and physical abilities. That is why people take care of their bodies through proper hygiene, exercise, and healthy living. Second is clothes. Clothes help express our personality and style. The way we dress can show our culture, mood, or social status. Many people feel more confident when they wear clothes that they like. Third, the immediately family. This includes our parents, our siblings. They are considered part of our material self because they influence our values, behavior, and identity. Our family is also a source of love, support, and belonging. Fourth is the home. The home is where we live and feel safe. It is a place where we create memories with our family. Our home also reflects our lifestyle and personal comfort.
My topic is consumer culture. Consumer culture refers to a society where people often define themselves through the things they buy, own, and use. In this culture, products such as clothes, gadgets, and other material possessions become symbols of identity and social status. Many individuals feel that owning certain brands or items can express the personality lifestyle, or success. Media plays a strong role in shaping consumer culture. Advertisement, social media, and influence encourage people to buy products by showing them as trendy, useful, or necessary for happiness. Because of this, people may feel pressure to purchase new things even if they do not really need them.
Economic self-sufficiency means the ability of a person, family, community, or country to meet its basic needs, such as food, housing, healthcare, and education, without depending on continuous outside help or government welfare. In simple words, it means being able to support oneself or one's group through one's own resources and efforts. There are three main levels of economic self-sufficiency. First, individual or family level. A person or household earns enough income to cover basic needs without relying on regular aid. Second, community level. A group of people, such as a barangay or village, produces food, runs small businesses, and shares resources so that the community can support itself. 3. National level. A country uses its own resources and industries to produce important goods such as food, energy, and basic products, reducing dependence on imports. The example of self-sufficiency is homesteading, growing food, generating solar power, harvesting, rainwater, DIY repairs, and achieving financial independence.
Possession as symbols. Possession as symbols usually refers how object, ownership, or control over things represent deeper meaning beyond their practical use. The idea shows up in psychology, literature, religion, and culture. Here are the main ways to understand it. First, status and identity. Possessions often symbolize who we are or how we want to be seen. Expensive items like cars, clothes, or gadgets can symbolize wealth, power, or success. And personal items like photos, books, hobbies reflect identity and personality. This connects to the ideas in consumer psychology, where what we own becomes part of our self-image. Power and control. Owning something can symbolize dominance or authority. For example, land ownership. You have the power over the territory. For example, number 2, titles or crown. You have the political authority. In literature, this is often tied to control over people or environments. Emotional attachment. Some possessions symbolize relationships or memories rather than material value. For example, a gift from a loved one. This symbolizes connection or love. For example, heirlooms symbolize family history and continuity. Spiritual or supernatural meaning in religious or mythological contexts. Possession can symbolize something deeper. Being possessed by a spirit may represent loss of control, inner conflict, or divine influence. Sacred objects symbolize faith, protection, or divine presence. Themes in literature. Many writers use possessions symbolically. In The Great Gatsby, wealth and luxury items symbolize illusion and the emptiness of the American dream. In Lord of the Flies, The crown shield symbolizes authority and order rather than ownership. And lastly, social inequality. Positions can highlight differences between people. For example, who owns versus who does not. This symbolizes class division. For example number 2, scarcity of resources. This means symbolizes struggle or survival.
Media plays a significant role in influencing the material self. Through advertisement, social media, and entertainment platforms, people are constantly exposed to trends, lifestyles, and standards of success. This exposure often affects individuals' desire and motivates them to acquire certain position to feel accepted or valued. As a result, media can shape how people define themselves based on what they own. In examining oneself, it is important to critically reflect on how media influence personal choices and identity formation. By being aware of this, individuals can develop a more balanced view of themselves that is not solely dependent on material position, but also on personal values and experience.
Critical reflection on the self and identity involves a structured, deep analysis of the various components that define who an individual is, how they perceive themselves, and how they are perceived by others. It is a developmental process that connects personal experiences, social influences, and psychological makeup to foster self-awareness, authenticity, and growth. This critical reflection examines the multifaceted nature of the self: physical, intellectual, emotional, and social, by analyzing person growth and interplay between internal perceptions and external influences. Demonstrating critical reflective thought in integrating the various aspects of the self: physical, material, social, digital, spiritual, emotional, and cognitive, involve moving beyond mere description to analyze how these facets intersect and shape one's identity.
To wrap up our presentation, we've taken a deep look at how our material self, from the clothes we wear to the gadgets we use, is a real and powerful part of our identity. As William James taught us, our possessions act as extensions of who we are. They tell stories about our tastes and our lives. However, in today's consumer culture, it is easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "I have, therefore I am." Our goal today was to show that while these things are a part of us, they shouldn't define our entire worth. It's important to be reflective and remember that true identity isn't something you can buy. It's found in your character and your integrity.